I can just relax and let go of all the worry because I can remember nothing is happening the way that I think. You know, like before I gave the example of the light bulb, like we think that the light is just on, but actually it's on and off 60 times per second. But our eye cannot see it. We see only the light is on. So we're not seeing the reality. So if I remember like that, then whatever is troubling me, I can remember this is not real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm this is just in my mind. This is just like a story I'm creating.
Yeah. And I also see the a little bit change in my life when I practice meditation and practice Sayadaw teachings. Like
Hmm.
before, uh, I grasped strongly about the plan in the future.
Ah,
Yeah, and new idea and yeah, and create idea to solve problem. But just thinking, yeah, most of the ideas in about the thinking about the future.
hmm.
Yeah, but when I practice meditation more, yeah, I plan less and less.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, and I can live in a present moment more, and my mind is quite stable and quite better. Wow,
Hmm.
yeah. So that's why that is my motivation to practice more because I'm curious. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I think when if if I remember more Sayadaw teachings and I try and I practice the teaching intentionally to
Hmm.
instead of the my old habit. Maybe some days I can back and my understanding is clear. My
Hmm.
understanding is clear. Yeah, because I borrow Sayadaw's teachings and I practice his teachings more in my daily life, and I can see the many things will happen in my life. Yeah, many situation
Hmm.
and many problems. Yeah, be solved. Will be solved by Sayadaw
Hmm.
teachings. Maybe I can. My understanding is, is will be clear. Yeah, I think so. Mm.
Hmm. Well, me too. I find that whatever I'm doing, I I feel more safe in my mind.
Mm.
Like not much can really disturb me.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, I don't need to worry about what is going to happen
Mhm.
with the right understanding.
Yeah.
Even the death, we can stop being afraid of that.
Hai người chơi luôn. Đó, six people.
Hmm. Um, would you like to listen to Dhamma talk?
Yeah. Listen or read.
We could do both, listen and then read.
Yeah.
Okay. I found some of the old Dhamma talks from 2010 to 2014. So some of these from 2010 are the very first talks that I heard from Seattle. They are the talks that made me to become so interested in Seattle's teaching, because at that time I was having trouble in my mind, and then when I heard these Dhamma talks, I feel much better. So this one is from 2010, and actually it's two talks, but it's about 15 minutes, so we can listen together.
Yeah.
2010. Power of something or someone has limit. We are always using the power of something,
Can you hear?
someone. We are just pay attention to the created time and place. We are using our body and mind by thinking as something.
Right. You can share directly on the Zoom.
Can I? How do I share the file?
Yeah, you can share file on a Zoom directly. Share file. It is better to hear. Yeah.
Well, we can play through the Zoom.
Or you can send a group the file I can download and share.
That
Yeah.
would be better because I have on my phone.
Yeah.
I have to make the link. My phone is slow.
Còn cái file này hay lắm.
Maybe I need to go closer to the Wi-Fi for a moment. Okay. Because the internet is not working from this room.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Thu Cúc, how are you, Thu Cúc?
Yes.
mẹ
Quậy quá, cô giáo quậy quá.
tinh lực tràn đầy mình nói.
I just told Mr. Hoa that we are waiting for Mr. Hoa to go to first monastery to with us. Marco can say something to Mr. Hoa to go to first monastery.
Sometimes everything I want, but everyone not one ask me question. Miss Hoa many enjoy in many teen many play.
I have one thing to do to complete this week.
Yeah.
Mm.
This week. Yeah. Until the 3rd.
When I complete, I go to Fuster.
Yeah.
I scare not enough time up to exam of Spain.
You are my hope. You are my hope.
Yeah.
A big hope.
And tomorrow we will learn class of Spain.
How about the link? Did you see?
Yeah, yeah.
Study of February 2010. Power of something or someone has limit. We are always using the power of something, someone. We are just paying attention to the created time and place. We are using our body and mind by thinking as something, someone, everything, everyone. That's why our action is not free. Our knowing is also not free. It has limit. Meditation is not changing the label, not changing the name, not changing our body and mind, just changing the power behind our action. Instead of using the limited power or created power, by practicing this method, limitless power will be behind our action. Now, something is controlling our action. Something or someone is always controlling all our action of mind and body. Because of this practice, the wisdom will control our body and mind. This is changing the controller, not changing our action, not changing our mind. That's why in this practice, body is not important, mind is not important. For human society, body and mind is important. But human society is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nothing is perfect. Because we are focusing on our body and mind. This practice is quite opposite with our tradition. It is changing the power behind our action. That's why who we are is not important. What we are doing is not important. Where we live is not important. By paying attention to the truth, which is not something, not someone, just ever new impermanent energy only. Trying to believe in impermanent nature or energy, which is not something, not someone. Trying not to forget the only truth, just impermanent nature, but not something, not someone. The truth has power. By believing that truth, we are not paying attention to our mind and body. Just practice freely. Don't think about what to do, how to do, how long to do, where to do. Just try not to forget the truth of ever new impermanent energy, which is not something, not someone. This trying must be without I, without something. This trying is also ever new impermanent energy. Don't think about something or someone, time and place. Just pay attention to the impermanent nature only. This action is also just impermanent nature only. This action is not something. Nobody is practicing, just practicing only. Knowing about that truth is also just knowing only, which is also impermanent nature. Just meditate only. Stop the idea of to do something. Be free by accepting the truth, which is just ever new impermanent energy, not something, not someone. You can do what you must do for your body. You can use your body in its time, but try not to forget the truth. Just ever new impermanent energy only, not something, not someone. That practicing must be without I, without something. Meditation is just meditation only. Just meditate. Don't think of something or someone, time and place. This practice intends to solve misunderstanding of something or someone as real. Believe in not something, not someone, just ever new impermanent nature. In this way, we are stopping our traditional mind work. Our mind is always busy with something and everything, someone and everyone, time and place. It will never end. If we accept something, there is a lot of endless something behind something. If we accept the time, second, minute, hours, there is endless time behind our pleasant action. That's why, by believing not something, not someone, not the time, not the place, just impermanent nature only, trying to stop our traditional mind habit. This practice will destroy attachments to something or someone. Because of this practice, we can use our mind and body freely, without grasping, without misunderstanding as something. If you think about body and mind, it will never end. If you think about life, it will never end. To stop that endless work, believe the truth, just ever new impermanent nature only, not something, not someone. Our believing must be without I, without someone, without something. It must be practicing only, doing only. Doing by someone is using the limited power. Doing only is using unlimited power. Meditation is trying to go beyond the limits. Just accept ever new impermanent nature only. It will stop thinking or paying attention to something or someone. Method is just method only, not this method, not that method. Practicing is only just practicing only. Nobody is practicing. Wisdom is also just wisdom only. It may concern with our mind. No one owns that wisdom. Mind is just mind only. Wisdom is just wisdom only. Wisdom is not something. It is permanent. It is forever. This body and mind is not forever. In this way, not to forget the impermanent nature is important. What we are doing is not important. What happened to our mind and body is not important. The body will be hot and cool, pain and release. Our body is working its nature. Our mind is also working its nature. Don't disturb its nature. Just believe ever new impermanent nature only. Not something, not someone. If you pay attention to our body and mind, it will never end. By paying attention to our body and mind, we can understand only about our body and mind. The truth is not something, not someone. This body and mind is just to use only, not to grasp, not to occupy, not to think as real. The subject I'm explaining is about not something, not someone, not the time, not the place, just ever new impermanent nature only. After that, permanent nature. Because of this practice, wisdom, which is not something, will appear, which know about impermanent nature, action of impermanent nature and knowing of impermanent nature. Continuous wisdom will lead to wisdom, perfect wisdom, which know about permanent nature. February 2010. Meditation is not directly concerned with our pleasant mind and body. It is not body work. It is not mind work also. Only right understanding is important. Our body and mind is just to use only, not to occupy as our own, not to misunderstand as something or everything, someone or everyone. Something or everything is just name, just label. The truth is just being, not something, not someone. That being only is not something, not someone, which is just ever new impermanent nature only. We must meditate, but we must stop the idea of doing something. Instead of believing something or someone is true, trying to believe not something, not someone, just being only, which is ever new impermanent nature. Trying to believe freely something or someone has limit. It is not free. Believe in being only, not something, not someone, just impermanent nature. Pleasant action of believing in impermanent nature must be without someone, without something. Believing must be just action only. It must not represent to something or someone. By believing the truth, which is being only, action only, believing only, knowing is also knowing only. Trying to stop the idea of something, someone, time and place as real. Believing in being only, action only, knowing only is right understanding. By accepting the right understanding continuously, wrong understanding will become weaker and weaker. The aim of this practice is to change believing from temporary truth to eternal truth. Temporary truth has temporary power only, not permanent. Eternal truth has permanent power. Stop believing in something or someone. Stop believing in not something, not someone. Just ever new impermanent nature only. This practice intends to go beyond limit, beyond all limits. You can use your body and mind what you must do, but try not to forget the truth of ever new impermanent nature. It is possible twin with right understanding, twin with the idea of someone or something is wrong understanding. It is using the power which is impermanent. By doing only, it is using the limitless power. By continuous believing in being only, action only, doing only, knowing only, which is just ever new impermanent nature, not something, not someone. In this way, we are stopping the idea of something or someone. My teaching is to use only, not to occupy as something, just to use. Don't grasp it. If you think my teaching is something, which means you cannot stop the idea of something. That's why there will be no real wisdom. To use only, not to occupy. Right understanding of ever new impermanent nature is important. What you are doing is not important. Who you are, where you live is not important. By paying more and more attention to eternal truth, stop paying attention to yourself, to your body and mind. Body and mind is just body and mind only. Not mine, not yours, just to use only.
So this is an old one. Maybe you can hear the difference between Seattle's teaching nowadays and this old teaching, because he's always changing and trying to find the new way to explain using different methods. So he often says he is not attached to his teaching. His teaching may change time after time. Maybe I will share the text, because maybe it was, oh, this is the wrong one, sorry. Mhm. Can you see the 20 February? Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't know if people can understand Searo's words by listening or not. So I will read. The power of something or someone has limit. We are always using the power of something, someone. We are just paying attention to the created time and place. We are using our body and mind by thinking as something, someone, everything, everyone. That's why our action is not free. Our knowing is also not free. It has limit. Meditation is not changing the label, not changing the name, not changing our body and mind, just changing the power behind our action. Instead of using the limited power or created power, by practicing this method, limitless power will be behind our action. Now something is controlling our action. Something or someone is always controlling all our action of mind and body. Because of this practice, wisdom will control our body and mind. This is changing the controller, not changing our action, not changing our mind. Would anyone like to read these 3 paragraphs?
Let's go.
Yes. I read the first one.
Yeah.
The power of something or someone has limits. We are always using the power of something, someone. We are just paying attention to the created time or play. We are using our body and mind by thinking as something, someone, everything, everyone. That's why our action is not free. Our knowing is also not free. It has limits. Meditation is not changing the table, not changing the name, not changing our body and mind, just changing the power behind our action. Instead of using the limit power of creative power by practicing this method, limitless power will be behind our action. Now something is controlling our action. Something or someone is on way controlling on our action of mind and body. Because of this practice, wisdom will control our body and mind. This is change in the controller, not change in our action, not in our mind. That's why in this practice, body is not important. Mind is not important for human society. Body and mind are important. But human society is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nothing is perfect. We are focusing on our body and mind. This practice is quite opposite with our tradition. It is changing the power behind our action. That's why we are not important. What we are doing is not important. Where we live is not important. By being accustomed to the trust, which is not something, not someone, just avenue impermanent energy only. Try to believe in the permanent nature of energy, which is not something, not someone. Miss
you.
Kwa, continue.
That's okay. Very great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm.
I speak in this not good. Sarah can help me when I speak no
Mm.
good. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. It's still great that you can still read it. To me, that is very impressive because I never learned another language, so I cannot imagine. So this is like maybe not this particular one, but like this is the first Dhamma talk I heard from Seattle. So this kind of part made me feel so much better. Like who we are is not important. What we are doing is not important. Where we live is not important. No, only paying attention to the truth, not something, not someone. Just ever new and permanent energy only is important. So this was like a huge relief to my mind when I read like this. Because I was worried so much about my life and what I was doing. So this just appeared to me as true. Just as soon as I read it, I could feel like this is right. This has to be right.
um, I joined a lot of courses about the self-help. So we at that time I need to find who am I, and yeah, or what is my purpose in the life, or what is my mission, my passion, something like that. So
Pressure.
this question is yeah, it's in mind, and at that time that is my yeah, it is my biggest problems in my mind, because I don't know exactly who am I and what I want to do, and what I want exactly to do, and what is my passion or my mission. I don't know exactly, but I always to find that, to find the answers, you know. and and yeah, a long time, yeah, a long time. I think near 10 years. Yeah, near 10 years, because I was in the environment, every people around me, yeah, want to find the answers for these questions. Yeah, when I know meditation, yeah, the masters said that, like Sayadaw teachings, yeah, we are is not important, what we are doing is not important. So yeah.
I think the idea of the self-help and also even the meditation practice, for me it brought a lot of attention to myself because I was, I was meditating with wrong understanding. So it became more and more stressful in my mind, that I need to improve, or I need to, my focus on myself became stronger and
Yeah.
stronger.
And when my young brother asked me about these questions, the same me before. And yeah, and I think the problem is not these questions, not the like my the vision, the mission, or the passion. Is also the benefit,
Mhm.
but that is not all,
Mm.
and that are always changing, right?
Mm.
And the problems with me is we yeah, it takes a lot of time to find the answers, and we lose the time, and we lose ourselves when we find the answers. That is not necessary, I think so. Yeah, we just use the questions in the right way. If we have a mission or the passion, it is good to follow your mission or your passion, but it is necessary to try our best to find the answer, and we had to be stressful. Yeah,
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 it can bring a lot of attachment. We
yeah.
can do that kind of thing with a lot of it,
Yeah.
but also we can do it also without attachment, and
Yes,
then it
yes.
can be fun and free.
Yeah.
So that's why Sarah was saying like meditation is not changing the label, not changing the mind, the name. It's not even changing what we are doing. It's changing the power behind what we're doing.
Mm.
So we can still, ask those questions and follow that, like think about the self-help things. Um, but with the right understanding, then it's all different.
Mm.
It may look the same on the outside, but our understanding about it will be different. So it will change our feeling and what's happening inside. Yeah, I just read the whole page. Try not to forget the Try not to forget the only truth, just impermanent nature, not something, not someone. The truth has power. By believing that truth, we are not paying attention to our mind and body. Just practice freely. Don't think about what to do, how long to do, where to do. Just try not to forget the truth of impermanent energy, which is not something, not someone. This trying must be without I, without something. This trying is also ever new impermanent energy. Don't think about something, someone, time, and place. Just pay attention to the impermanent nature only. This action of paying attention to impermanent nature is also just impermanent nature only. This action is not something. Nobody is practicing, just practicing only. Knowing about that truth is also just knowing only, which is also impermanent nature. Just meditate only. Stop the idea of doing something. Be free by accepting the truth, which is just ever new impermanent energy, not something, not someone. You can do what you must do for your body. You can use your body, but try not to forget the truth, just impermanent energy only, not something, not someone. Can someone read this page
Can I
for
read?
us?
Yeah, can I read?
Yes, please.
Okay. Uh, Try not to forget the only truth, just impermanent nature, not something, not someone. The truth has power. By believing the truth, we are not paying attention to our mind and body. Just practice freely. Don't think about what to do, how to do, how long to do, where to do. Just try not to forget the truth of impermanent energy, which is not something, not someone. This trying must be without I, without something. This trying is also a new impermanent energy. Don't think about something, someone, time, and place. Just paying attention to the impermanent nature only. This action of paying attention to impermanent nature is also just impermanent nature only. This action is not something. Nobody is practicing, just practicing only. Knowing about the truth is also just knowing only, which is also impermanent nature. Just meditate only. Stop the idea of doing something. Be free by accepting the truth, which is just avenue impermanent energy, not something, not someone. You can do what you must do for your body. You can use your body, but try not to forget the truth. Just impermanent energy only, not something, not someone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Can I read well?
Yeah,
Yes.
very well.
I missed something about pronunciation or something like that. Can you help me to check?
Yeah. Maybe the next time you read, because I forgot. I was only listening to words.
And secondly,
Yeah.
you can talk a little bit about the difficulty when you hear the Vietnamese people talk. Yeah.
One thing I was thinking is about the vowel sounds. It seems like in Vietnamese, some of the vowel sounds, I think for most languages, maybe is the vowel sound that is difficult or to match exactly. But like the vowel has the short sound or long sound. So like this I in time, I can be like sound like I, or it sounds like in the word it is different than time, the I sound or I.
I.
Yeah. So sometimes I hear like this in time, it should be long like time, I. But sometimes I hear like Tom.
Time.
Mm.
Time.
Yeah.
So it needs to say the letter I, time.
Time.
Mm. I will make a note next time I hear it. I think in Burmese also sometimes they put the S on the end of a word with no S, and then they skip the S on the word that has the S.
And the common mistakes.
Yeah.
We are confused. Where you put the S?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Maybe we can talk about it. Where should be the S? I think Van had her hand up. Maybe not on purpose. Um, So how about this part? I think this is very nice for the meditation practice.
Question about the program. Just practice freely. So it's remind me of that when we practice meditation, we always try to follow like a discipline, like step 1, step 2, step 3, or step 4. But for the sayadaw, like kind of sayadaw method, it's just like about the freely. So it's really really difficult but really free. When you think about the no I, it's quite complex and quite hard to think about how to think about no I all the time. So I would like to know more about how you practice freely when you listen to the sayadaw teaching. It's applied in your daily life, like when you're doing good deeds or when you meditation. So I would like to know more about your practice and practice too.
Okay.
But I'm really interested in this paragraph because I think, like a disciplined mind cannot be a free mind. Yeah. When you have discipline, it's not like no free. Sometimes it's free, but it's no free. So I'm quite consider about this program, but very interesting program too. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a good question. For me, this just practice freely. This is like not to think about the method exactly. Like we can use the method, but we need to go beyond the method. So if we're just thinking about following the method, we may not know more than the method. Maybe we can do the method very well, but we don't know beyond the method what we're doing, why we're doing it, what we're doing exactly. What is the point? Like some people can know the in and out breath for many hours, but that's all they know. So they have accomplished the method, but maybe their understanding or their action is not free. For me, like I was trying to do the Goenka method, but because I couldn't, it felt like I cannot follow. So I'm just struggling and trying to do the method. But later on, I just like give up, and it seems like the most I can do, or all I can really do, is just sit. So I sit in meditation position, like with my legs crossed, and close my eyes, and then I try to just stay there. That's all I can do. So I'm just like witnessing anything, whatever happens. And then because of Sayadaw's explanation about not something, not someone, just ever new impermanent nature, then I'm just trying to sit there with the right understanding in mind. And sometimes I cannot. I don't know right understanding. I don't remember. And then later I realize that that was my experience, not knowing, not mindfulness. So I can see that nature also. That nature is ignorance. So like I also like how he says, you know, don't think about what to do, how to do, how long to do, where to do. I used to worry about these things a lot, you know, like how long is my meditation? I needed it to be for 1 hour, or I felt like it's wrong. I felt like I didn't do my duty. So I worried about how long and what to do, where to do. Even I would worry about where's the place I'm sitting. But by hearing like this kind of explanation from Seattle, I could meditate anywhere. So sometimes we're just on the car, so I can meditate in the car, or anybody's house. You know, Seattle goes house to house or to give Dhamma talk, or in the hospital. So I had a lot of practice to meditate in any place. So slowly I could let go of this stress about where and how long. So just trying to stay with the right understanding. I think that's what Seattle means about just practice freely. Just try to use the right understanding about just impermanent nature, not something, not someone.
Can I share my experience about this? Yeah. In my point of view, some people who intend to practice for more detail, like a step 1, step 2, step 3, it is difficult for them to practice to follow Sayadaw. Because they always want to ask for more detail, but Sayadaw cannot explain the for more detail, you know. And Sayadaw said that no one is a perfect, like the Sayadaw is not perfect, and the Tabawa Center is not perfect. And but the Sayadaw's teachings has a really power, because maybe we cannot be skillful in a method, but if we follow the Sayadaw teachings, attachment, we can observe and recognize our attachment more. And the ability of detachment there can be, can grow. Yeah. And like we just share, yeah, I just doesn't care about the place, because when I follow Sayadaw, I used to the noisy places, or quiet places. It is okay for me. Yeah. And we are also free to research, to find another masters and another method to try and to share the Sayadaw.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we can find we are free to find the answer by my own experience or ask a lot of masters if we want to, right? So I think I think Sayadaw's teachings is really powerful. Yeah, if we follow one method, yeah, time after time, if we do sit more, we will be able to sit more, and we will be skillful in that method. But we don't know exactly the detachment or the right understanding growth or not. Yeah, because our habit is very strong. When I practice a method, when I follow a master, I also I our habit intend to attach that method or that or that master. And when I remember the Sayadaw teachings, yeah, I observe my attachment more. Yeah, so I can be relaxed. And yeah, so I can be free practice, and I can let the people free in their practice. So that's why it will be harmony with other meditators or other people, yeah, to do Buddhist together, something like that. Yeah.
Totally agree with Chum that no matter about the method or about the meditation master, I think all is the same. I mean, the method may be different, but the purpose of the own kind of the meditation I mean, the purpose is the same. So, but about the paragraph that practice really, so I really enjoy about how to practice really, that we don't put in practice in some label, kind of, I follow that one, I follow another one. And so we try to argue with other people that is better or that is not better. Yeah, so I think just kind of totally 100 free that about the Dharma is very huge, very rich, very large. Yeah, so it's perfect. Yeah.
And I really like the idea about the we can be free to make mistakes. Yeah, because it is difficult to accept my mistake. When I do wrong, it is difficult. I accept my mistakes. So my mind appears unwholesome mind. Yeah, but when I follow Sayadaw, I can accept my mistakes, and I can, yeah, and when I observe, when I know my mistakes more, I will find to the how to fix my mistakes. Yeah, I can find out my answer. So yeah, it is good for me, and it is accessible for me. Yeah.
If we're not afraid of the mistakes, then we can see them more clearly.
When and I also follow the quite seriously with another master, and he has been teaching me for more details, different Sayadaw. And at the beginning, I felt uncomfortable. Yeah, when follow step one, step two, step three, because I like the Sayadaw style more. I prefer Sayadaw styles. So when I practice with another master, and yeah, I also realized my attachment, because if I have opportunity to practice for more detail, if I have ability to abandoning, I can practice freely, and my mind is not uncomfortable like that. Yeah, I can follow or not follow, but my mind is yeah, my mind is I'm free like that. So that's why when I once again I remember Sayadaw teachings and I try to follow my another master and to learn from him a lot, and it is okay. And when I
Yes.
follow him a long time, yeah, I learn from him a lot. And yeah, when a free environment, I can practice. And when I have a lot of rules and regulations, I can practice. It is more important because Sayadaw doesn't reject disciple, not reject the rule and regulations. He just want to use the rules and regulations in the right way, not attachment. Right? Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I think like Van said, all the meditation methods should be leading to the same point. Actually, yeah, Sayadaw is happy if we learn any method, just with the keeping in mind the right understanding behind our practicing. Because all the practicing is to learn the right understanding ultimately,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever meditation master we follow, Sayadaw's teaching is like the foundation. To me, it seems like the most basic, the essence. You know, Sayadaw calls his teaching the essence of the meditation practice. So he's just saying very straight to the point. You know, the other meditation methods may be leading to this point about the right understanding. And actually, even you showed us that book last time, Meditation in 4 Steps, Seattle's book. I think even he tried to fulfill this desire of
Yeah.
step 1, step 2, step 3,
Yeah,
step.
yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I forget what he gives as the 4 steps, but actually it's very similar to to this.
Yeah.
Using the right understanding. Maybe I don't have a copy of this book. I used to have, but maybe we can read it somehow, at some point.
I just remember recently Sayadaw had a talk about the cooperation with the politicians because he work and deal with more with government. And before Tabora Center is free, right? And Sayadaw doesn't use rules and regulations, but when he deal with government more, yeah, Sayadaw said that Sayadaw will use the rules and regulations more and just use only. Yeah, and Sayadaw combine both freely and discipline.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's just okay.
Yes. Yeah. Danlin, the main center, was established with very not much attention on the rules and regulations. So some of the yogis there, they cannot really change. They have difficulty to follow rules and regulations. So Sayadaw's solution is just make another place. So there's another Tabawa center where there can be strong rules and regulations. And at some point he told the yogis in Denlin, like, if you cannot develop to follow the rules and regulations, you will be left behind. So it's also important to be able to follow Whether we follow or not, we need to have the ability at least to follow.
The question that I raised to you and Cham, you related to the one question in my mind about the grasping of rule and custom, you know, like you attack with the precept on the rule or regulation about the do not something like in meditation that we have many precepts. Yeah, so we strictly follow the precept. So that's why I want to know more about the grasping of the roof and rules and custom. Yeah, because when we think about the practice really, it's really really interest things to me. Yeah, yeah. So what do you think about the grasping of the roof and the custom is related to the sentence in here?
Saya
That's
like
good.
the Goenka tradition has yeah, strictly, right?
Yeah, very strict.
Very, very strict.
Mm.
And yeah. And I just know 5 or 8 precept. Yeah. And when I follow Sayadaw Goenka method, yeah, it is the first time I experienced the trick meditation course like that. Yeah, and at the beginning, my mind react a lot, you know, because I like it. I like be free.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I have no choice. I asked myself that why I react a lot like that. Sayadaw doesn't reject any method. Yeah, including the Sayadaw Goenka method. That is a very famous traditional method, right? And and I cannot change, or I can go back to my house, or I can do other things not to follow them to practice that meditation course. But I didn't have a choice. Why I didn't take that opportunity to develop my mind, develop stable mind. Yeah, that is the clearly the attachment of my mind. Because I could not be able to practice in that environment, strict environment like that. And I also see the attachment of the people when they they used to follow, and they are familiar to this Goenka method. When they come to the Sayadaw meditation course, they react a lot like me. Yeah, because they used to the strict environment. When they come to the Sayadaw environment, well, be free, and everyone practice as they want. When Sayadaw is teaching, someone can stand and go out. That is normal. Yeah, and they do react a lot, and I think that is their attachment, because they could not practice in that environment. Yeah, if we have a real ability to practice, we can practice everywhere, every places. Yeah, every time. Yeah.
Our practice should be making us more free, right? So if it's working, then we should be more flexible to be able to practice anyway in any situation. So we can use the rules and regulations. You know, they're beneficial, but if we have attachment on them, then like you said, they can cause us stress, or they can make us unable to do in a different way. So we need to just use them without attachment to them. So like Seattle makes the point, you know, if we are just following rules and regulations, but there's no right understanding behind our following, then maybe as soon as we are outside of that environment, or we face some challenge in our life, we may not be able to follow anymore. Maybe we are only following by force, you know, because of someone is controlling us. So that's why Seattle always emphasizes just on the right understanding. Like for monks and nuns, like for nuns, we are following 8 precepts. But Seattle says, you know, following or not is not as important as right understanding, because if we can follow, then that's good, but our understanding about it is more important. Our understanding behind what we're doing. Otherwise, it doesn't stay with us. But the examples that you gave, Cham,
Yeah.
are very useful examples. Like if we want to be able to practice in any place, then we need to be flexible, right? So following the rules is more like in our mind. If there's the very chaotic environment, like around Seattle, we need to keep the rules in our mind. That's more important. And also we should be able to just, if it's a strict environment, we should be able to just follow by just doing only, just following only, without trouble to our mind. Because the rules should be helping us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're causing us trouble, then there's something wrong.
I think the precept at when I attended one meditation, the rule is quite strict, was so strict. But when I apply the meditation, so I understand about the benefits of the rule, I mean the precept. So after I understanding about the benefits of the regulation, so I know why the Buddha make the precept. But like Chị Trâm said about the you know, kind of flexibility. So when we understand about the benefits of the rule, it's not about we strictly follow the rule on, like, you know, kind of own the place at the same, right? So that's why we apply it flexible. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah. Thank you for your sharing and Chị sharing that. That make me clear. Yeah.
Good. That's a good question.
Thank you, Vân. Sayalay, now Miss Ian has a class, so that's
Yeah.
why we stop here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Sayalay, and thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Sayala.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye
See you
bye.
tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Thank you everyone.
Thôi quần áo chưa?